My girlfriend confessed she cheated. I needed someone stronger, she sneered. My friends backed her up. I just smiled, grabbed my keys, and walked out. This morning, my phone lit up with 32 missed calls. Looking back, the signs were obvious, like puzzle pieces scattered over the last few months of our relationship. But when you've been with someone for 3 years, you tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. Or at least, that's what I told myself. It started with small things. Sarah began staying late at work more often, which wasn't odd during peak seasons. But then I noticed a new scent I didn't recognize. Outfits I'd never seen in our wardrobe, and her phone becoming this untouchable object, always within reach. I'm not the possessive type. Never was. But something felt wrong. The way she'd flinch when I tried to wrap my arms around her while she texted, how she'd step outside for work calls, the frequent girls' nights with names I didn't know. Last Tuesday, I was sorting laundry when her phone lit up on the side table. A message preview from someone named Alex flashed. Missing you already. Last night was... The rest was hidden, but my gut sank. I didn't want to be the guy who checks his girlfriend's phone, but the universe seemed to be shouting at me to wake up. When she got home that night, I decided to be straightforward. She was in the kitchen, blending a protein shake like everything was normal. The blender's hum filled our apartment as I leaned against the counter, watching her. "Who's Alex?" I asked when she switched it off. Her body stiffened instantly. Then, to my surprise, she smirked. Not her usual warm grin, but something sharp and almost victorious. "Took you long enough to notice, David," she said, sipping her shake. "Alex is my boss. And yes, I've been sleeping with him for 2 months." The casual delivery felt like a punch. No remorse, no hesitation, just pride. "I needed someone stronger," she went on, smirking. "Someone who knows what he wants and takes it. Not someone who wastes weekends gaming with Ethan or watching dumb movies." I stood there, absorbing her words. 3 years together, and this was how she saw me. Through the shock, something else emerged. Not rage, but a strange clarity. "Does Mia know?" I asked, thinking of our mutual friend who introduced us. "Oh, she's known for weeks," Sarah laughed. "Most of our friends do, they get it. Alex can offer a real future, not just hopes and excuses." That stung more than the cheating confession. These people we'd shared birthdays, holidays, and countless dinners with. They'd all known, probably smirking behind my back. I opened my phone and texted our group chat with Ethan and Mia. "Did you know?" Ethan replied fast. "Man, you're awesome, but Sarah needs someone more established. Don't take it personally." Mia added, "We didn't want to upset you, but maybe this is the push you need." I looked up to see Sarah watching, that smirk still on her face, waiting for a meltdown, a fight, a story she could spin to everyone later about poor, childish David losing it. Instead, I smiled. A real, calm smile that seemed to unsettle her. Without a word, I went to our bedroom, grabbed my duffel, always packed for weekend trips, took my laptop and keys. As I passed the kitchen again, Sarah stared, her smirk fading. "Where are you going?" she demanded. "Out," I said simply. "And Sarah, keep the apartment. I'm sure Alex can cover the rent." She started to speak as I shut the door, but I didn't wait to hear it. My phone buzzed with messages, likely from our so-called friends trying to justify themselves. As I drove off, I turned it off and felt something unexpected. Relief. Sometimes, losing everything shows you what you never truly had. I didn't know where I was headed, but for the first time in months, I felt I was moving forward. Update. Thanks for the support on my last post. Didn't expect it to resonate so much. A lot's happened in a week, and I'm still sorting through it. I've been staying at a modest motel on the edge of town, not fancy, but clean. The owner, a kind older guy named Frank, cut me a deal on the weekly rate after hearing my story. I turned my phone back on after 2 days of silence. 32 missed calls, 47 texts, mostly from Sarah, some from Ethan and Mia, and a few from unknown numbers. But what grabbed my attention was the social media storm. Sarah had been busy. Her Instagram stories painted a familiar lie. I was a controlling, jealous boyfriend who tracked her every move. She claimed I'd emotionally manipulated her for years, isolated her from friends, and threw a violent fit when she stood up for herself. Each post had hundreds of sympathetic comments, including from people I thought were my friends. The highlight, a tearful video claiming I'd financially abused her by forcing her to split bills 50-50 while I hoarded cash. Ironic, since she earned more and insisted on that split. Then came a text from Lisa, a coworker I've known for years. "Check your email, something circulating at work." Sure enough, a company-wide email about fostering a safe workplace vaguely referenced recent troubling behaviors from certain staff. No names, but the timing was obvious. I should have been furious. Maybe I should have fought back, shared my side online. Instead, I felt curious. How far would she go? Pretty far, it turns out. Yesterday, I stopped by our local cafe, thinking it was safe since Sarah hated their coffee. Wrong. The barista, usually chatty, gave me a look like I was dirt. Later, I learned Sarah had become a regular, sharing her survivor story with anyone who'd listen. But here's where it gets intriguing. While grabbing clothes from storage, I ran into Becca, Sarah's supposed best friend. She looked nervous, scanning the area like she feared being caught. "Be careful," she whispered. "Alex isn't just her boss. His wife is connected, seriously connected. And Sarah's telling her you're unhinged, dangerous. Why tell me this?" Becca's eyes flicked around. "Because this isn't her first time. Before you, there was another guy at work. Sarah and Alex did the same thing to him. He left town. That changed everything. I spent the night digging. Court records, social media, anything public. The other guy, Tom, was real. Vanished from online platforms when Sarah joined the company. This morning, my landlord called. Sarah tried to remove my name from the lease, claiming I'd abandoned the place. When that failed, she said I'd threatened her. He warned me. His cousin had a similar experience years ago. But the real twist? An Instagram message request from an unknown account, profile picture showing a woman in her 40s, elegant with pricey jewelry. The message was brief. "We should discuss my husband and your girlfriend. Coffee tomorrow? Signed, Mrs. A. I'm meeting her in an hour. Something tells me Sarah's stronger man story is about to unravel. The strange thing is, watching Sarah weave this web of lies, seeing our friends pick sides based on her word alone, it's freeing. Every vicious post, every fake tear, every twisted tale just proves I was right. I'm not losing anything worth keeping. Update 2. Sorry for the late update. The past 2 weeks have been intense. That coffee meeting with Mrs. A total game changer. She'd been collecting evidence for months, not just about Sarah and her husband, but a whole pattern of behavior at the company. Becca mentioned the guy who left town? He wasn't the first. Mrs. A had records of at least 3 similar cases over 5 years. Young employees getting involved with her husband, then helping silence anyone who might expose them. This time, Mrs. A wasn't staying quiet. She had texts, emails, expense reports, even parking garage security footage. But she needed one last piece: public exposure. That's where the company's annual gala came in. I wasn't going to attend. Why would I? But Mrs. A had a plan. Sometimes, she said, the best revenge is letting people reveal who they are. The gala was at a swanky downtown hotel. I showed up late, dressed sharper than ever for these events. The looks I got? Unforgettable. Sarah nearly spilled her wine. Alex's face went from flushed to pale in seconds. But here's the best part. I didn't have to do anything. Mia approached first, clearly drunk. "You've got some gall showing up here," she slurred, loud enough for nearby groups to hear. "After all you put Sarah through." I just smiled. "All I put her through? That's curious. Tell me more." That's when Lisa stepped in. My co-worker? She'd been quietly gathering her own proof. Screenshots of Sarah boasting about her win in company chats. Audio of her scheming with Alex to spin the narrative. "Actually," Lisa said loudly, "I think we'd all like the real story." The next hour was like watching a house of cards collapse. Mrs. A, timing her entrance perfectly, tablet in hand, accidentally started a projector slideshow of damning messages and photos. Sarah's frantic attempts to control the story fell apart. But the real show was Ethan. Good old loyal bro Ethan, who'd been recording everything on his phone, planning to show Alex later to prove his allegiance. Instead, he caught Sarah's full meltdown. "You think you're so smart," she shrieked at me. "You and that bitter old hag, trying to ruin everything I've earned. Alex loves me. We're building a life together." That's when Mrs. A dropped the bombshell. Divorce papers, already filed. Alex had fed Sarah the same promises he'd given other employees. Same playbook, different player. The best part? I barely spoke, just watched years of lies unravel in real time. Becca, silent all night, finally spoke. "I helped her," she admitted to the hushed room. "I helped her ruin that other guy's reputation. I can't do it again." By midnight, the gala was over. Sarah stormed out, makeup smeared. Alex was holed up with HR. Our friends who'd bought her story couldn't meet my eyes. As I left, Mrs. A grabbed my arm. "Thank you," she said, "for not running." I drove to my motel feeling oddly at peace. Frank was up watching late-night TV. He saw my face and grinned. "Good night?" You could say that. This morning my phone's buzzing again, but it's different now. Apologies, excuses, people swearing they never believed Sarah's lies. Even got a message from Tom, the guy who left town. He's been following it all through mutual contacts. Sometimes karma just needs an audience. Final update. This is it. The end of this saga. Grab a snack. It's a wild one. The fallout from the gala was bigger than anyone predicted. Within 48 hours, Alex and Sarah were asked to resign, but that was just the start. Remember Mrs. A's evidence? There was more. So much more. Every falsified expense report Alex used to fund his business dinners with Sarah. Every email plotting against coworkers. Every skewed performance review. She handed it all to the board. The company's legal team acted fast. Really fast. They cared less about the affairs and more about the pattern of workplace harassment and financial misconduct. Both Alex and Sarah now face civil lawsuits. But here's the twist. Tom, the guy who left town, returned, and he brought proof, literal and figurative. He documented everything before leaving, including the smear campaign Sarah and Alex ran against him. He didn't know what to do with it then. Now he does. Mrs. A connected him with her lawyer. 3 days later, he filed his own lawsuit. Then something incredible happened. Other former employees stepped forward, each with their own stories and evidence. What began as one scandal snowballed. Sarah tried to get ahead of it, posting a tearful video claiming she was the true victim, manipulated by Alex, and now persecuted. That's when Becca found her courage. She shared the screenshots of their private chats, Sarah gloating about her schemes, mocking her targets. Last week, Sarah showed up at my motel. Frank called me at work. "That girl you mentioned? She's causing a scene in the lot." I took my time getting back, found her sitting on my car hood, makeup streaked, clutching a folder. "I have dirt on everyone," she said, voice shaky but trying to sound menacing. "Help me stop this or I'll release it all." I laughed. "Go ahead. Burn every bridge you've got. See how that goes." She threw the folder at me. Inside were photos, screenshots, private messages, her arsenal, collected over years of manipulation. I photographed every page while she watched, then handed it back. Post whatever you want, but look where your last plans got you. People like Sarah can't handle their own tactics turned against them. She tore up the folder in the parking lot, screaming we'd all regret it. Someone filmed it. It was online within hours. The final blow came yesterday. Mrs. A's divorce finalized, and she got everything: the house, cars, most of their assets. Alex's golden parachute from the company, eaten up by legal fees. His reputation, ruined. His career prospects, search his name online. Not pretty. Sarah's headed back to her parents in another state. Her social media's gone silent. Those friends who backed her, they're facing their own consequences. Betting on the wrong side has costs. Ethan tried to apologize yesterday, sent a long message about being a better friend. I sent back a screenshot of his old texts supporting Sarah. He blocked me. Spineless. Mia's in damage control, worried Sarah's screenshots might tank her career. I almost feel sorry. Almost. Me? I just signed a lease on a new apartment, landed a promotion at work. Funny how cutting out toxic people changes everything. And yeah, I'm dating someone new, taking it slow, doing it right. The best revenge isn't scheming. It's living well and letting people self-destruct. But I won't lie. Watching it all collapse was pretty satisfying. This is my last update. Thanks for following along, Reddit. Remember, karma doesn't need your push. Sometimes you just step back and let people show who they are.